Having parked up our electric car in Langham, we want to find out if the government's push to become greener is compatible with the drive for community regeneration. Our first stop is the town's old police station. Empty and an eyesore since 2010, it reopened this year as affordable flats.
As you can see, all the walls are brand new, and rather than the old original police station wall, we've got plasterboard and a cavity, which gives us a fair degree of insulation.
You can hear the hollow.
Exactly, yes.
And that will have really improved the energy efficiency.
Of course, yes, yes.
What's it like to live in?
So far, it's been very good. I mean, winter's coming, so I'll not ask me again in the spring. But yeah, so far it's fine. The boiler that heats the place is just through here, and it seems to be very efficient.
Much of Scotland's accommodation is in older buildings. As governments on both sides of the border make energy efficiency pledges, that poses a major problem.
It was quite difficult because of its listed status. There are things that you simply cannot do if a building is listed. My big concern is that there are an awful lot of people have been affected by COVID, perhaps have lost their jobs, and they simply will not be able to afford it.
South of Scotland Community Housing supported the project.
We're currently working with around 25 to 30 community organisations across the south, and what we find is that communities themselves have a really kind of acute focus on wanting to address climate change, on being able to push the standards further, to be able to invest in the future.
We didn't have time to fully charge our electric car the night before, so a brief lunch stop in Dumfries turns into a 2-hour charging session. Then we're off to the Galloway Activity Centre's eco-bothies at Loch, moving from sustainable housing to the drive towards green tourism. This is the biggest of the eco-bothies, designed with the environmentally conscious tourist in mind. Richard Herman is the man behind it. Richard, first of all, justify the name for me. What is eco about this?
Okay, so the building itself is completely off-grid. So it's powered by 24 solar panels, so it has its own water supply. It has an internal sort of heating system called MVHR. We've been lucky with cash injections, but going forward, this stuff is expensive to build. The technology is expensive. So, you know, would we embark on something like this again without support? We couldn't.
This is where we're staying tonight, right?
Absolutely. Well, it would have been, but sadly we're 100% occupied, which brings a big smile to my face. So I'm afraid you're in the not quite so deluxe, but it's still a yurt and it's still very eco.
As you can see, solar panels also power the Mongolian yurts. And ultimately, if you do want a holiday sustainably, you can't do much better than going back to basics, even if that does mean squeezing through a ridiculously small door. Inside there is plenty of space, and that backup solar power supply comes in handy. Luckily, the kind folks at the Galloway Activity Centre have helped me to connect the electric car to my Mongolian yurt. So I am literally charging up an electric car using power from a Mongolian yurt. That means we can sleep soundly, knowing we'll have plenty of charge for tomorrow. Greg Hoare, ITV News.